Hello, I'm Ev Chanu. I'm a personal trainer, massage therapist, and Aston Kinetics practitioner. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I'd like to guide you through a brief overview of Aston Fitness. So we know that physical activity is great for us. There's good science showing that when we exercise, we do wonders for our heart, our brain, our immune system, and even our mental health. We know that throughout human evolution, movement was essential and natural. So then why do so many people who are active suffer from aches and pains and even injuries? Is it possible to enjoy the benefits of exercise and still be kind to our body's structure, our joints, our ligaments, our tendons, our muscles? I believe it's possible. And that's why I want to tell you about Aston Fitness. Aston Fitness is part of the system of Aston Kinetics. It was developed by master teacher Judith Aston. I am so glad I discovered this work after decades of teaching exercise. It's been amazing for me and my clients, so I want you to know about it too. What makes Aston Fitness so valuable is that it goes beyond a set of exercises that you need to memorize. Rather, it's using a set of guiding principles that reflect a deep understanding of how the human body moves. And when you move with greater skill, you can be more active and your body's going to be so much happier. Because it's not just what you do, but how you do what you do. So to give you some insight into Aston Fitness, I've selected 5 of those guiding principles. Let's go over them right now. The first one is neutral. One of the first things you'll probably learn when you study with an Aston Kinetics practitioner is how to find your best neutral. Neutral is the most direct body alignment available to you in this moment. It's a dynamic range rather than a point of holding, and it's unique to you. It's the place where you experience the most support and the least tension. How do you find neutral? Well, first, we want to avoid strict rules of posture that cause additional tension. Instead, you'll learn movements that access your brain's ability to sense how your body is organized and how to optimize it. In the process, you release unnecessary tension. Now your body can work much more smoothly as a coordinated system. This is fundamental to creating a healthy start to any movement. Here are a few more benefits to finding your best neutral. You reduce areas of overwork and underwork throughout the body. Also, you help create space within the joints so that they're not compressed. Another benefit is that you encourage your muscles to activate as intended because they're aligned as they should, your core muscles, for example. So we're just getting started and the body is already experiencing significant benefits. Our next principle I want to talk about is base of support. This is literally the foundation of any movement. Your base of support is any part of the body that makes contact with the ground, or it could be the chair if you're sitting, or the wall or exercise equipment, and so on. What's different about Aston Fitness is that we use this base of support purposefully by matching it to a given movement and using it dynamically. This creates support for the action where it's needed. And it's a requirement for the subsequent principles I'm going to tell you about. So keep it in mind as we continue. The interplay of gravity and ground reaction force. Gravity gets blamed for a lot of ills related to aging, like sagging muscles and compressed joints and slumping posture. But did you know that by using gravity skillfully, you can engage a force that acts on your body in the direction opposite gravity? Think of the implications of this idea for a moment. Once you learn how to use it, you have an ally in overcoming the sagging and slumping and so on. So what is this mysterious opposite force? Well, perhaps you remember Newton's third law of motion from high school physics. Of course you do. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So gravity's opposite is ground reaction force, or you can call it GRF for short once you become good friends. Gravity and ground reaction force are in constant interaction. If you stand without moving, the two forces are in static balance. You're being pulled to the center of the earth, and the ground pushes back equally. But if you increase the amount of force you exert on the ground, then the ground pushes back more powerfully in return. When you begin to practice Aston Fitness, you'll learn to do this intentionally using the base of support that I mentioned earlier. Having this ground reaction force, or GRF, travel in the direction opposite gravity within your body has many benefits. Just as gravity is known to compress joints, instead, GRF keeps them more spacious. Also, it helps create stability for vulnerable areas of the body. And it helps you generate power, as well as help you lift more weight with less effort, which is great for everything from everyday activities to elite athletic performance. The next principle I'd like to introduce is asymmetry. We often don't appreciate how much asymmetry is a natural part of the body. For example, we have one liver on the right and one stomach on the left. Also, the heart is a little off-center to the left, and so to accommodate this placement, we have 2 lobes to the left lung and 3 on the right. So even though the two sides of the body look similar, they're not perfectly identical. As a result, the way the forces pass through the body is also not perfectly symmetrical. Aston Fitness takes this into account. The way we set up a movement and guide the motion through the body respects the unique shape of each side. This reduces areas of tension and friction. And so movements are safer and they feel better too. As we bring together everything we've learned so far, we come to the 5th principle, cooperative movement. This is something you might see in elite athletes or dancers. You know you're watching an extraordinary performance, but you might not be able to say exactly what makes it so smooth and beautiful. Cooperative movement happens when every part of the body is participating appropriately in a given action. No area is overworking or underworking. The forces pass through each segment fluidly. The wonderful thing is we can learn to develop this skill, even if we're not Olympians or professional dancers. We do this by bringing together the principles I've already mentioned so far, starting with neutral, establishing base of support, activating ground reaction force, and respecting asymmetry. This will allow you to move more smoothly with less jarring and jolting of the body. With cooperative movement, how you move not only looks good, but it also feels right. And it helps to nurture the health of the body's tissues. I hope this overview of 5 key Aston Fitness principles has given you a taste of how this system can help you. By learning to move in a way that's in tune with the truth of the body and the forces that act upon it, you can enjoy the benefits of an active lifestyle without compromising the structure of the body, the joints, muscles, ligaments, etc. I encourage you to experience Aston Fitness for yourself. Your body's innate wisdom will recognize what's right, so you won't have to take my word for it. Please reach out to me or other Aston Fitness teachers for classes or online private sessions. I look forward to hearing from you soon.